Hi, this is Linda Bell. I wanted to show you how to maneuver around the course because I have a sense there are some of you that are still figuring that out. When you open up the course, it probably looks something like this. Of course, this is the instructor view, so it may look a little bit different. But over here are things you have to do. You can see I've got some grading to do. But for you, this would tell you assignments that you need to do and assignments that are coming up. So here are our Unit 2 assignments. The first thing you really ought to do is click on the announcements and look to see if I have, made any announcements that you need that you should read. And of course, I would want you reading them all. So, click on the new ones and see what's going on. After you know any new announcements for me, then click on modules. And so here we have the big course overview, all of this sort of thing. If you want to contact me, you could click instructor's office, et cetera, et cetera. And then here's Unit 1. Here are the various things. If you wanted to start Unit 1, you click on the overview. This gives you the big picture of what's going on. If you were in my face-to-face class, here are the student materials that I would be handing out to you in class. And then the lecture would be supporting those materials, or actually those materials would be supporting the lecture. Here's the case, the systems case, and downloading that. Then down here below, excuse me, here are assignments to complete. You can click next. And then here are my lectures. If you were attending my face-to-face class, here's what I would be doing in class. If you don't listen to these lectures, in essence, you're really skipping class. The thing about intermediate accounting is, yes, the textbook is very good, but many people think intermediate accounting cannot be taught online because of the lack of lecture and how important class time is. So to circumvent that, I created lectures. The same thing I do in class almost. I do some different things with team activities in the classroom, but for the most part, this is really the substance of what goes on in my classroom. So it's very helpful if you actually will listen to the lectures. But again, you may be able to pull it out of the book by yourself. If so, that's great. So there are the videos. In essence, those are the lectures for the unit or for the week. And then you just kind of keep going on and on. Here's the discussion. I hope that you noticed that the discussion doesn't really get too many points because the reality is in accounting, you really learn accounting by doing it. So the big points aren't really just talking about one item in accounting. The big points in the course are from doing accounting itself. So here's your Wiley Plus assignment. I hope by now you've discovered you click on that. If you're like me, you have to click on another uh, link in order to actually get to Wiley Plus. Let me go to student view so it can look like what you will see instead of my view. So when you get to Wiley Plus, it should look like this. If you click on Read, Study, and Practice, that will open up the whole bunch of different resources. Here's the ebook. So this is just the same thing as your physical textbook. There's also flashcards, crossword puzzle. If you wanted a lecture over the chapter, this is the PowerPoint, and it's actually narrated, so it's a verbal, visual lecture. Additional things, the study guide is actually something you'll see throughout the unit or the units in the course that I'll refer you to, especially when you're studying for the exams, to open up the study guide. The reason why I kind of like it is that if you kind of, well, first off, it gives you an outline of the chapter and then key definitions, so it's helpful that way. But also, I like it because, oh, this is chapter 1, so it's not going to have too much. But it will have, not only will most of them have true false, but it'll usually have some multiple choice and exercises as well. And I like also because it's explained the answers. So I'll go back to home. So there's that. You can click on assignments, and then you can see the various dates for the assignments. And then also you can click on gradebook and it'll go to your gradebook. Okay, let's get back to Canvas. If we go back to modules and looking our way around. And again, I want to point out, just looking at Unit 1, you can see the various points. And you can see, I'm assigning points where the substantive work is. So you're going to want to kind of pay attention to that. Not that, discussion is not important. Uh, it has its place, especially in the online course, but you're really going to learn accounting by being engaged in doing accounting. So those discussion, you can discuss the big picture, or if you're working at Wiley Plus and you can't figure something out, come back to the discussion post and ask me a question there. Or you can go to the instructor's office and ask me a question. So help that way. So anyhow, I wanted to show you that big overview and help you if you are having trouble maneuvering around Canvas and accessing Wiley Plus. You need, by now, here we are in the second week, wanting you all to be very actively engaged in the course. And I've also noticed some of you have figured out how to access the career research assignment in Unit 2, but you're really coming down here and clicking on collaborations. And when that opens up, here's your assignment. And then you just click on the accounting certifications part 1. Oops. Oh, sorry, it's not coming up for me, and I'm not going to spend time because I'm recording right now. But that'll open up, should open up for you because you don't have several Google Doc accounts, probably like my family does. So that'll open up, and you can just start writing. Sorry about that. I went ahead and opened up my Google account. And so here's what the assignment looks like. So even though somebody has already started answering question A, feel free, you can go ahead and start adding to that and adding to question A, or you can, go down and search for another question. Looks like somebody's responded to each one of them. So the point I want to make is even though somebody's responded, you can respond or add on as well. And I'm going to know, and you can probably see it as well. We can see when I do this, I can start to see, who has written what, and it will highlight the different odors. You're probably recognizing your student ID numbers here, and I can see who's written what. Okay, well, anyhow, I'll stop for now. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. And the last thing I want to make a point of is that if you are having trouble in the homework and you've had your 2 submissions, please feel free to contact me. Just like my face-to-face students can have office appointments with me and come in individually for help, you have the same opportunity as an online student. There's technology out there where we can talk on the phone. You can see my computer screen, and so that we can go over some of the information one-on-one. So that's also a possibility, but we have to make an appointment to do that.